This is Randall Winter with Randall Winter Construction here at KHTS 12 AM 1220. We have Margaret Townsend from Animal and Insect Pest Control Management, Inc. Oh, there's no control in there, is there?
No, there's not.
I have no control. Sorry. I have no control. I've been driving that Corvette all day. I just love it. Anyway, the All-American Powerhouse. Yes. My mind is somewhere else today.
Yeah. Well,
we're going to finish up because I have another guest that I'd like to get on real quick because he's got some hot topics, and we'll have you back, Margaret. But just, you have a note here about the African bees. Can you just give us a quick...
real quick rundown on that you want to be real careful when you're dealing with bees nowadays, because you just don't know if you're going to come across a hive that's been mixed with the Africanized. More of them will come after you. I had one of my staff just get stung by 50 bees just recently, so it does not feel good. So as the bee season comes along, possibly that would be a good time that I can come back and talk a little bit more on bees and ants, and springtime might be a good time.
Well, we look forward to having you back, and thanks for coming out to talk to everybody in Santa Clarita, making it the best place in the universe to live, right? Awesome town. Now, today we have another special guest. We have Neil Weichel from RE/MAX of Valencia.
Good morning, Randy.
Good morning. So Neil is going to give us some pointers. I've like Neil, we both are UCLA graduates, right?
We are indeed.
Was yours in economics?
No.
Oh, maybe
I wasn't quite as smart as you.
Okay, yeah, I'm the contractor, and you're the 10th best realtor in the nation of RE/MAX, right? I don't know who's smarter. You're still in Southern Oaks.
Yes, I am, with all the skunks and rats and mice and,
They're everywhere.
Yes, indeed.
So
you want to talk about what's happening right now in the market. It's a good time to do that. And it's a good time to, I think, touch on what you do, too, because we're seeing a lot of changes. It's been a very interesting year, and I think the one thing that I come away with after this year, I've done this 23 years, is it just illustrates how unpredictable our business is. I like to, think that I know everything and think that I can tell my clients exactly what to expect. And for short periods of time, I think I can. But wow, what a year. We started off with a bang, and we had about 250 homes for sale, which isn't nearly enough for a valley of 200,000 people, as you could well imagine. So everything that came on the market sold, many times with multiple offers, and in all price ranges. And that continued up until June the 1st. And then June the 1st, all of a sudden, interest rates shot up due to some, politics and economics and things like that. And it was like somebody turned the spigot off, We were just rolling and prices going up and everything. And so those of us that pay real close attention were like, okay, we got to pay attention to this. Inventory started to build. And so here we are. It's the end of November. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's listening. And we're in a much more normal market. Our inventory has doubled. The upper price ranges are taking a lot longer to sell. And I think rolling into 2014, there's a lot of things that I'm pretty sure are going to happen that are, potentially important to your audience, so we can touch on those if you'd like.
So the interest rate is one thing, and I know that's something you're in close contact with all the time on a daily basis.
Have to be.
But that's going up a little bit. It's just inching up. So if someone wants to refinance, they should be acting. It's not going to go down, I don't think. Not with our economy going back up.
There's no suggestion at all. I mean, interest rates are, if I do say so, I'm trying not to be political, but they're artificially low right now, and they're low because of government intervention. Okay, the government is buying $85 billion worth of bonds a month, so they're doing that to keep interest rates low to spur investment and
get our economy going.
Yeah, exactly. And so but it's a stimulus, right? And everybody knows that stimulus is going to go away. In fact, we thought it was going to go away last quarter, and the Fed surprised everybody by saying, "No, we're going to keep doing this." And so interest rates came back down again. And you can literally wind your watch to these things. When they say one thing, everybody freaks out and says, "Oh my goodness, interest rates are going up." So that means we better do this or we better do that. And then they say something unexpected, and interest rates go down. Interest rates. It's important that you ask this question. This market is extremely different than it was 8 to 10 years ago. That market, the buyers that were in that market were very motivated and very confident that values were going up. In fact, you could even argue they were motivated by greed. This market, the buyer is motivated 100% by affordability. It is a completely different situation. So if you understand that as a real estate broker, You can advise your clients accordingly. Most of the buyers I work with, and I work with a lot of buyers, if they're qualified to say a $500,000 purchase, they're buying 4.25.
Yep.
Okay.
If they're more conservative.
Much more conservative. Very careful. So that's important to understand as we go forward. This exuberance that we had in spring, I don't think we're going to see next year. I think it's going to be a solid year, but it's not going to be like this year.
Yep. So we have, one of the things I've noticed is there's more people, and it seems like this pin-up demand. They've had this demand. Mm-hmm. They've had the money. They're putting it in the bank, putting it in the bank, putting it in the bank, and now they're feeling the confidence again. They're just saying, okay, it's psychological buying power. It's like, okay, I'm going to let loose now. I'm going to go do that bathroom. I'm going to do the kitchen. And they're deciding to stay or they're deciding to move. It's incredible. But it's moving. It's like someone turned up the heat.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, there's much more confidence in the market, and yet it's not an irrational, kind of confidence.
Much more balanced. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. People are very, they're
cautious.
They're cautious. They're cautious, but with confidence, and it's a normal thing to see. I mean, we're in a market that reminds me a lot of the late '90s right now because of people that need to sell and get a larger home. They're doing it. First-time buyers, they're confident, but people aren't just doing things because they think the home's going to go up $100,000 in the next year. That isn't happening.
Right. They're not doing it just like it's an investment, and the flipping home. Well, we'll get back to that. I want to talk to you a little bit about the supply of the homes that are being foreclosed on.
Sure.
We're going to take a break right now. This is Randall Winter with Randall Winter Construction. There we go. And Neil Weichel from RE/MAX and Margaret Townsend, the biologist that knows about the pest. KHTS. Thank you.
Why not jumpstart your